Opponent Lisa Smith, and they're not only opponents, but they're good friends. They've sparred with each other for many years.
I think she's great. She came to my place a month ago because I want to use her maybe for a movie, and she's got a great education for karate. She's so strong physically and mentally.
One of the toughest fighters anywhere in the world. She is fabulous. She's been doing a lot of weightlifting for the past 2.5 months. She's really bulked out.
Right now, let's go to the ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon, for the introduction.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout coming your way. We have a special treat for you, the kickboxing fans. We have two very fine kickboxers in the ring for a 5-round exhibition bout. 5 two-minute rounds coming your way. First, ladies and gentlemen, in the red corner on my left, fighting, wearing tonight pink trunks with black trim. She's fighting out of the Sonoma County Martial Arts Center out of Roanoke Park, California. Her weight this evening is 106 pounds. Her very fine record, 6 wins, no defeats, with 5 big wins by way of knockout. And ladies and gentlemen, she is the North American WKA Atomweight champion. Welcome a kickboxer who deserves the name Scrappy, Lisa Smith. And her opponent across the ring on my right. Tonight she is fighting out of the blue corner. She enters the ring, black trunks with red trim. She's fighting out of the Eric Nolan's Academy of International Martial Arts in Bakersfield, California. Her weight this evening, 124 pounds. Her outstanding record, 14 wins, only 1 loss, 1 draw with 5 wins by way of knockout. And ladies and gentlemen, she is the Kick World Bantamweight and the World Featherweight Champion, the WKA Featherweight Champion of the world, known as the Dancing Destructress, the Princess of Pain, Kathy, the Punisher Long. Referee in charge of this exhibition bout, Dr. Nelson Hamilton.
All right, ladies, you know this is an exhibition, but we went over the rules in the dressing room, and the rules still apply. You understand that? If either one of you get hurt, I'm going to stop the fight. And still, that's the way it goes, okay? You're both seasoned competitors, so let's see you do it and do it right, all right? Touch them up.
Again, I'd like to remind you, ladies and gentlemen, Jean-Claude Van Damme, our expert analyst, joining Steve Grad and Frank Babcock. And again, you were mentioning...
Yeah, especially with ladies. I'm an expert.
Oh, no question about that. You were mentioning about possibility of using Kathy in one of your pictures.
Yes, I think she's great.
Well, this is a woman who's got the most brutal of all training systems. I mean, when she does crunches, her trainer hits her in the stomach with a baseball bat. That's tough. Did anybody ever do that to you?
No, never. I'm too nice, you know.
She is a top-notch competitor, and everybody's got an eye on her. She's a great girl, a lot of fun, and she can really do it in the ring.
You know, she's a converted southpaw, as a matter of fact. So she's tough with her left jab. We'll have to watch it.
She'll be exhibiting some great kicks and some very devastating punches. She's versatile on either side, can really move in and out. Really does a great job. We've got a couple of world titles coming up for her soon. There'll be a lot of action here. And again, they're both friends, so they won't really be pushing. This isn't not really going for us. There's not a title involved here. But she works the body high and low very well.
Well, Kathy was mentioning that if it was a title fight, friendship goes out the window when they're in the circle.
Absolutely. She's a top pro.
Well trained. Plus she's got a great deal of distance. She keeps distance all the time.
And we're speaking of Kathy Long, who's wearing the red top and the black trunks.
And she's light on her feet. She has great balance, moves in and out very well. She knows how to work the legs. She'll use them against the thighs, and then she'll take it high and take it low, which is what you really want to see in international kickboxing.
Incidentally, Kathy is a full-time kickboxer, period. That's her occupation. She used to be a bouncer at Rubens in Bakersfield, lead bouncer. She's tough.
Originally born in St. Louis. She's been out in California for a long, long time. Trains out of Eric Nolan's school. He has brought up a lot of good fighters.
This is round 1 of a 5-round bout.
Excellent left roundhouse kick.
Jean-Claude, what would Lisa Smith do? What advice would you give her in this situation?
With Kathy, if I was Lisa, what I'll try to do, I try to come very close to Kathy, because she's got very strong, powerful legs, Plus, she's got a great deal of distance. She knows exactly when to hit, so I'll come very close to her. That's the only way she can do some damage to her. Because body-wise, physically-wise, she has no chance against her.
Boy, I like the way Kathy doubles up with those hooks to the body. As we end round 1 of this 5-round bout between Kathy Long and Lisa Smith. Again, our guest expert, Jean-Claude Van Damme, on this big night here at Irvine, California. Athletes and entertainers for kids. And I'd like to get your opinion of that first round overall.
If I was in her place, I just...
You know, you were going to say if you were in Lisa's place, you'd...
No, I don't do... I mean, I just do exhibition against Kathy. Well, she's well trained. I mean, it's no match. What happened to her opponent?
Her original opponent was injured and unable to come back. But look at this kick coming up, Jean-Claude. Wow!
Beautiful left roundhouse kick. Catched her right on the side of the head.
We are set for round 2. Kathy Long in the red and black. Lisa Smith in the pink.
Lisa's been offered quite a few fights on the road. She'll be headed into the Midwest very shortly for some events in June. She'll be around. We've got a world title fight coming up for Kathy. A lot of excitement with the women fighters throughout the world today.
Lisa is not only a kickboxing fighter, she's also going to be a firefighter for Rohnert Park, California.
It's a hard job for anybody, but especially for a girl. It's a lot of hard training. You really have to be able to do a lot, and a lot of muscle involved, a lot of strength training needed for firefighting. And of course, in the ring, speaks for itself. We're looking at it.
Jean-Claude, when you train, do you run hills or steep hills and mountains?
Yeah, hills and lots of bicycle.
That's Kathy Long's forte also. In fact, she alluded to the training that you had done, 5 to 6 miles right up the hill. And that's her easy day, she says.
But the bicycle, it's good for karate people because you don't hurt your knee, either your back, and it really put lots of mass on your legs, you know, but good mass.
Let's go now, bro.
That's Lisa Smith on the left. Those are friends, remember. I don't think that this title was on the line, Frank. She'd be doing that.
No, I don't hardly think so, but I'll tell you, Kathy has as strong an abdomen
Great,
as
you
any
see that?
athlete I've ever seen.
Great distance.
She can take it.
You're pointing out some excellent technique there, too, Jean-Claude, about the gauging of the distance, staying away, but being able to strike.
Yeah.
Good combinations by Kathy Long. Again, hitting that midsection and going high.
On some of her training days, she'll run the bleachers at some of the schools and college schools, the high school and rather the football and basketball bleachers, and she'll do it with a 140-pound sparring partner on her back. That'll toughen her up as we end round 2. That's Lisa Smith going to her corner, and Kathy Long right there, Eric Nolan in her. The replay we're going to see where Kathy Long is faking it, you know, just keeping her guard down for her friend Lisa. It's not something you want to teach kids to do. That's a tough, confident young woman.
Yeah.
I really would like to get your opinion. If you brought her into films,
Yeah.
what would she have to do to improve her acting ability? She's a good showwoman, that's for sure. She's showing it in the ring.
I think she's got something very special in her face. I mean, she's very attractive, and she's got that broken nose, and I think it's very appealing. It's something very, very real. And she's perfect for an action film, for example, because she can really kick, and she's got a very attractive face.
Round 3 between Lisa Smith in the pink and Kathy Long. Lisa's gotten in some good shots, but Kathy is truly, Frank, the aggressor in this bout.
Oh, absolutely. You know, it's really interesting. She's a very quiet, unassuming girl outside of the ring, but total confidence inside the ring.
Let's go. A little more pressure for the girl.
Has those kick, bantam, and flyweight titles.
She's a long-distance marathoner, too. She comes on strong in the later rounds, and when she's everything that she trains for is those 12-round fights. She comes on 3rd, 4th, 5th round and just keeps building with strength.
And again, I want to remind our audience, Jean-Claude Van Damme, our special guest analyst for this. Man who can analyze entertainment, martial arts, and certainly ladies.
Nice kick.
Yeah, Lisa is a little wild and a little raggedy. She needs a lot more performance in the ring.
What Lisa should do, she's very frontal with Kathy, and that's a very bad mistake because she takes plenty of kick and punch in the face because her 2 feet left and right are in the same position. She should put either the right or the left feet back and fight her profile. Then she'll be in less danger.
Should be moving in at a quarter angle, yes.
Sending back fist misses.
Good work, hands up. Nice pass.
Now, the frontal stance leaves her off balance quite a bit. She's just not as mobile.
She needs a combination to work from.
Kathy was tough from her very first kickboxing match. She had 9 days advance notice, beat an opponent 190 pounds. That's a good 80 pounds heavier than she is. And that lady who had been a local
Nice
champ.
combinations.
Well, that's an
That
example.
left moves really well.
The woman she beat the first time retired right after the fight. Never kickboxed again. And Kathy Long, with her natural ability, and Lisa Smith complete the third round. Some of the toughest parts of martial arts is in fighting up close, Jean-Claude. Lisa trying some counter punching, and
I think the toughest part in martial arts is fighting with legs. And that's why we don't have too many people tonight, because nobody take the courage to train with legs. It's very, very difficult. I mean, you're eating with your hands, you're riding with your hands, you make love with your hands and something else. But your feet, you have to train your legs. If you have great kickers like Bill Wallace, you'll have plenty of people with those karate events. And lots of people that don't use legs enough.
That's right.
That's why I like Kathy, because she's very 50-50 on everything.
I was talking to Chuck Norris just a few minutes ago about Kathy, too, and of course she's a favorite with everybody, including Chuck. We mentioned to Chuck we might be able to get him up here, and I'm going to turn around behind me and see if we can get a little commentary, talk about Kathy and what she's doing. And again, what we're looking for here is, this is a great girl. I mean, everybody loves to see her fight, but she is tremendous and needs a lot of breaks, but everybody's looking at her and keeping an eye on her.
unfortunately, the breaks she's had so far, broken hand, broken ribs, broken nose, all in training.
All the wrong breaks.
Kathy Long putting on an exhibition, I mean a textbook exhibition here, against her friend, another excellent fighter, Lisa Smith, who goes down. And they'll check her. And now, ladies and gentlemen, you're about to hear a first, as we have
More pressure, Scrap.
Jean-Claude Van Damme and Chuck Norris will now bring you the blow-by-blow description for the rest of this round between Kathy Long and Lisa Smith. This has got to be the highest priced and most glamorous announcing team in the history of sportscasting. So, gentlemen, take it away. Chuck, we're glad you're here.
Thanks. Well, what'd they do, turn this thing over to us, Jean-Claude?
Yes, sir.
I'm afraid I'm not an announcer. Are you an announcer, Jean-Claude?
I don't have my glasses on.
I just put mine on, man. No, all I can say about Kathy is I've seen her fight over the years, and she's the best female fight I've ever seen, and by far the prettiest, too.
Yes.
But she's got all the tools. She's got good hands, she's got good feet, she's strong, and she's got great combinations.
And she has two good friends, Chuck and I.
Yeah, for sure.
Gentlemen, if you were casting a movie, could she actually play the part of a villainess?
Kathy, I don't know. She's so sweet, you know. She looks like a tigress out there in the ring, but when she's out of the ring, she's one of the sweetest gals you'll ever meet.
I think she should play a leading lady, a good one. Why not?
Yeah, play opposite one of you. That'd be an interesting...
Well, that's not impossible, huh?
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you, listening to Chuck Norris, Jean-Claude Van Damme, a lot of young women now are saying, if I can get them to fawn over me like that, I'm going in the ring. Here's an earlier knockdown, and you can both analyze this right here. And Kathy's smiling. She's got complete control, and wow.
Yeah.
Chuck, what about that kick? Didn't Lisa see it
Well,
coming?
it's a good round kick to the temple, and she went down. But Kathy's not putting her full power into it, you know, because, again, it's an exhibition, so she's not swinging the kick all the way through. And so Otherwise, she'd have probably knocked her out.
Again, Chuck Norris, Jean-Claude Van Damme, and Kathy Long, as we've completed 4 rounds. And we get set for the final round. And again, savor this because you've got 2 of the greatest martial artists and actors calling this bout. I'll let you handle the 5th round all by yourself. This is the big conclusion.
Go for it, Chuck.
Me? I'd rather watch.
Oh, nice one. Nicely controlled, also.
Yeah, the girls are, it's a good exhibition match. They're not going for the knockout. They're just showing their technique out there. And they're good combinations.
Very good fist. Jesus.
There you go.
Well, Kathy's solid as rock. I bet she doesn't have 6% body fat on her.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine if she wasn't fighting a friend?
I tell you, the girl that didn't show up is very lucky tonight.
That's why I became her friend.
Yeah. Yeah, Jean-Claude and I aren't dumb, that's for sure.
Beautiful.
3 to 4. 3 to 4.
Oh, thank you.
4, girl. There it is. 4 again. 4 in the crib. 4 in the crib.
5th and final round.
Come on, baby. Going. Let's go. There you
Boy,
go.
Kathy would be fantastic in the movie. She's such an entertainer even in the ring when she's doing her discipline.
That's it, baby.
She's very disciplined,
Pick that sucker up. Pick off that jab now.
and that's what you have to be an actor.
Pick it up. Pick it
Discipline.
up now. More pressure for Captain. More pressure.
I have a question for both of you. When you first started, what did you find more difficult, acting
There you go.
or martial arts? Jean-Claude, you first.
I think
Get out there. She needs it. She needs
both
more kick.
both disciplines are very difficult. If you want to be the best in karate or the best in movies, I mean, it demands lots of everything, mental power and physical power.
Chuck?
Well, I find the acting the hardest now because it's the newest to me. I've been in the martial arts for over 30 years, and I'm still relatively new in the acting field, and so, of course, at this stage of it, it's still the most difficult for me.
And, of course, doing your own stunts in non-martial art ways, jumping on L trains in Chicago and off of buildings and whatnot. And there's Eric Nolan lifting his champion up there. Kathy Long, right.
Traditional.
Herb Cody and his protege, Lisa Smith. And here's some of the action of the 5th round. Good combinations there again by Kathy Long. Kickboxers and also 2 of the closest friends you'll ever see in any sports event. And you put on quite a show, but I have to ask you, is it tougher fighting an exhibition against your friend than it is a championship fight against somebody you're really not close to?
It really is, because you have to watch what you're doing and make sure that you don't go too hard or too soft. And you want to please the crowd as well as do a good job. And I think we did a pretty good job there.
Yeah.
Kathy Long, is Lisa. Your comment.
I'm very satisfied with the outcome. I think we both had real good composure. She's real strong, very strong. So I think she had to have a little bit more control than I did. But we had fun. We had a lot of fun.
Well, I want to thank Herb Cody, Lisa's trainer, and Eric Nolan for getting us together there to do this. And I'm really glad that they're working with us. And she's coming up a very good fighter. We got a future world champion right here. 110, 115 pounds. If we can get her up that weight, that's no problem at all.
I want to mention, as Frank knows, that Jean-Claude Van Damme and Chuck Norris both commentated on your fight. Both were extremely high on you, and they're even talking about not only your skills as martial artists, but skills as actresses. What about a future in film?
Well, there's a couple of things working right now, so we'll see how that goes.
Lisa, what about yourself?
Well, I'm up for anything, I guess. Yeah, I'd like to.
Of course, you're a firefighter also. These are the world-famous California girls, and tonight they'll be the ring girls for our kickboxing action. To my right, we have Johnny and Sally, and to my left, Suzanne and Christine. I want you to know that in lieu of pay, I'm doing this interview. But now, first of all, let me ask you, as the California girls, have you ever done ring work before?
No, this is our first time, actually, and it's pretty exciting. We're really pleased with this whole event.
Johnny, what did they do to tell you to be a success at your job tonight?
Smile and be happy.
Now, I have to ask you, did you have to take any practice on holding the cards up as far as make sure the entire audience sees the cards, although I doubt they'll be looking. But...
Well, actually, yes, we did. We did do a little run around through the ring, and We did fine.
Let me ask you a little bit, Christine. Have you seen kickboxing before?
No, I've never seen kickboxing before, but I'm very looking forward to seeing this event.
Now, a couple of other things here. You're helping charity tonight with athletes and entertainers for kids. And how are the California girls going about that specifically?
Well, we're just trying to get it as involved as we can and just really promote this event.
Well, by your presence here, you're adding to the glamour and excitement of this event. And I just want to tell you, when these kids were about 9 years old, they thought, you know what I want to do when I grow up? Be a ring girl. But ladies, thank you.